I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the
United
United States of America,
and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, with liberty.
Can we please have a roll call?
Jeff, can you handle that? I need to respond to something here, I think.
Yes. Go ahead and get everybody in. Commissioner Connell?
Here.
Commissioner Tenike?
Here.
Commissioner Irons? See him on Zoom.
Sorry, present.
Commissioner Jones is excused. Commissioner Taylor?
Here.
Commissioner Svensson?
Here.
And Commissioner Chair Barisi is also excused. Take it, everybody? I think so. Do have a quorum.
All right. Can we, everybody looked at the minutes of the last meeting of February 19th?
Yeah, I'll move to approve the February 19th, 2026 meeting minutes.
Second.
Who was the first second? I think it was Jolene was the first second.
Any discussion? All right. There's no discussion. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Aye. Aye. Aye.
So passes.
Yeah.
Any opposed? Okay. Okay. Start it with subdivision hearing. This is where I need to go number one.
Number two. Oh, well, yes, you need to do number one first. You're right.
Yes.
Sorry. I got to learn the script book.
All right, enter this meeting. If you wish to speak during the public comment portion of this meeting, please complete a request to speak card and turn it into our planner prior to the public comment time. If you are attending virtual, please raise your hand for the commission to chair to address you. It is recommended that you seek resolution of complaint through the appropriate city department by scheduling a meeting with a planning commissioner or city staff before bringing the matter to the planning commission. Open the public hearing on subdivision DIV 26-00002. Is that too many zeros?
Might not be enough, but call it two.
Let's call it 5 zeros and a 2. Unity Partners LLC applicant. The request is to subdivide an existing property into 5 separate lots. Criteria are found in the Boardman Development Code, BDC Chapter 4.3, Land Division and Lot Line Adjustment, and is being processed as a Type 3 decision.
Just keep reading.
Oh, all right.
Script two.
The public hearing this evening will be conducted as follows. Staff report, public testimony in the following order. Any testimony in support of the application, any testimony opposing the application, any neutral testimony, and rebuttal, if any. Then we will close the public testimony after the record is closed for testimony No other testimony will be heard unless the Planning Commission has specific questions. The Planning Commission may ask questions of staff, after which the Planning Commission will discuss the matter. Testimony. If you wish to speak, please fill out a temporary submit to the planner. I will recognize those people who wish to speak. Any questions should be addressed through me. Please state both your name and address for the record when you come to the podium, as the hearing is being recorded. Please keep testimony concise and to the point. Testimony should be on the action under consideration and address substantive criteria. The criteria that apply to this decision are listed in the staff report. Testimony on other issues will be rejected and not considered by the Planning Commission. Raise it or waive it. Failure to raise an issue in sufficient detail to allow the Planning Commission and the parties the ability to respond to the issue prohibits an appeal to the Land Use Board of Appeals based on that issue. Similarly, failure to raise constitutional or other issues regarding any conditions of approval in sufficient detail to allow the Planning Commission to respond to the issue prohibits a lawsuit in circuit court on that basis. At this time, I ask the members of the Planning Commission to disclose any conflict of interest. Please indicate the nature of the conflict and whether you intend to participate in or abstain from the hearing. Planning official Carla McCain will now present the staff report. In addition to correspondence beyond those items included in the staff report.
Okay. So, sure, I'll kick off with the staff report and then we'll work through a couple of items here, no doubt, and then move into that lovely public testimony part. So again, as mentioned, this is a request to subdivide a parcel. It's identified as tax lot 1600 of Assessor's Map 4 North 2509 CC. It is just north of here on the other side of the BPA easement, west of the roadway in. It's where the new road goes through. So all that time we were on due tour, we were going through this property. It is zoned commercial with a tourist commercial subdistrict. So we're west of South Main, we're north of Oregon Trail Boulevard, and we're basically at the intersection of the newly built Southwest Front and First Streets. It is, the request is to divide it into 5 lots. There is, this is the area where you previously, the Planning Commission previously reviewed a request for a hotel, a restaurant, and an RV resort. That permit has expired. They're also not pursuing at this point in time either the RV resort or the sit-down restaurant that was a previous approval. The hotel is still in play, but they'll need to come back and go through that permitting process for that one. We do have another applicant that has not made application yet, but we've been going through a lot of pre-application for another activity on this property. In order for that to fully move forward, the landowner needed to complete this subdivision, so there was property for that activity to happen. As mentioned, this is being reviewed under the Boardman Development Code, specifically Chapter 4, Applications and Review Procedures, Subchapter 4.3, Land Divisions and Lot Line Adjustments. The criteria for this is pretty straightforward. We look at the approval criteria for the preliminary plat. It's pretty simple criteria. It asks for a preliminary plat, which we have received. It also asks us to look at whether or not the applicable sections of Chapter 2.0 land use districts and Chapter 3.0 design standards, if they apply, and if any variances are necessary. No variance has been deemed necessary at this point in time. That doesn't mean that a variance might not be required when they actually get to the development. So again, we're looking at the division of land, not necessarily, we're not evaluating development at this point in time, just the division of land. The proposed plat name is Boardman Station. That works for the city. That will be further reviewed by the county surveyor and the county assessor when we get to plat review to determine if there's any concerns. The application and the staff report, I'm sorry, has been provided to both the county surveyor and the county assessor. We've not received any comments from them. We also at this point in time look at streets. The streets have been built and now we are in the process, through the subdivision process, the streets will be dedicated. You can see that on the preliminary plat that was provided as part of the staff report. The only streets involved with this particular action are the northeast front, southwest front. I'm getting my quadrants all mixed up. There's too many things going on in town. So it's southwest front and then south first. The roads, when they were built to our new public standard for roads, meaning that when development occurs, the development will be responsible for putting in the curb, the gutter, the sidewalk, and any other frontage improvements at the time of development and are pertinent to each of those actions that develop. So again, they're dividing into 5 lots. So as each of those lots go through development, the frontage improvements will be required for each of those developments as they happen. There are no common areas. Block and lot standards, the lots are, the streets are installed. That particular area is somewhat constrained in how you put roads in for a number of reasons, but the big one is where the BPA power lines are. There is a future road that is platted just south of here. So Oregon Trail, as you know, has been platted and now built. That is south of this property. And that's on the south side of the BPA line. Immediately on the north side of the BPA line, you may have noticed as you drove that, whether you're driving South Main or when you were driving the detour, there's stub outs just on the other side of the BPA line. That is also not on this property, but that is a future road that provides connectivity between South Main and First. So again, when you look at those block and lot standards, based on both the interchange area management plan and the built environment with the BPA lines, we are somewhat limited to where roads can go in. So we are planning for those where they're appropriate. All the lots are of developable size. There is no minimum or maximum lot size in the commercial district. All of these lots have water and wastewater available to them. That was installed as part of the streets. The design of the water and the wastewater for the stubs were based on this particular developer's requests at the time the road was being designed. So those stubs are there and available for these properties. Setbacks will be applied at the time of development. One of the things around access and circulation, so those chapter 3 requirements, in particular, access and circulation, when you look at the plat, you'll notice that there's a number of proposed access easements. One goes between proposed lot 1 and 2, another that goes north-south, and there's another one that goes east-west on the north side of lot 3. And that's to create internal circulations between lots 1, 2, and 3. Lot 5 is the lot on the west side, and the city has water and wastewater infrastructure there, and so we've asked for access and utility easements across the northern portion of lot 5 to be able to get to the lift station that is to the west of this property. So there's a number of easements on there. There will most likely need to be a future easement also to meet additional requirements of the interchange area management plan. but we need that future easement to connect to Prague Drive, which again, this property is not adjacent to that. So we'll, as we work through additional development as time goes on, we'll see additional things happen under the interchange area management plan. Landscaping or screening would be required at the time of development. Again, the 20-foot width fire apparatus access drive, that would be applied at the time of development, but it's worth noting that those access easements are there and help facilitate that internal access, not only for future customers, but also for public service providers. And then the common drive between two lots. So the access easements that serve between lots 1 and 2, and then again between lots 1 and 2 and 3. It is listed that there needs to be some type of legal agreement that will be recorded to make sure that all of those lots can share those access easements appropriately. So where I think that the north-south is on lot 1, it needs to grant access for lot 2 to be able to use it. So that is a condition of approval. We did have a site team meeting for this. It was a fairly short site team meeting, but we did meet. It was on March 31st here at City Hall. ODOT and several others were in attendance. I don't remember all the specifics because we've been so busy that it just kind of flies by. But we did have that conversation. We talked a lot about those internal access easements. The fire department was there. We did talk about fire access. Again, it's as we continue to grow, we want to make sure that our service providers, whether it be fire or ambulance or whoever, can get to properties and provide the response needed. But that site team conversation went really well. Property owners have been noticed. Agencies were notified as part of this prior to this action. And we've got a couple of conditions of approval. So the approval will be valid for 2 years. So they do need to complete this within that period of time. Otherwise, it becomes void. We are requiring that they dedicate the right-of-way for Front and First Street, including the various, there's a utility easement that's required along the edges of those that is shown on the preliminary plat. When we were working with them previously on the road and the road improvements, there was an evaluation of fair share of contribution. So we have developed a reimbursement agreement. I know this says a development agreement, and working with our legal team, we've determined it's more appropriately identified as a reimbursement agreement for the costs of the infrastructure that has been installed, as well as the street improvements. I think that kind of gets me to the end of my staff report. Oh, there was a question that was raised by a planning commissioner about another development by this applicant. And I want to say that we look at each development independent. We wouldn't necessarily have a conversation about a different project and this developer related to this project. I mean, you're welcome to ask questions about that, but they're discrete decisions. It's different developments on different properties. So we would be looking at this action. Yeah. I think that gets me to the conclusion of my staff report. I'm happy to answer any questions that the commissioners may have.
If there's no question, go to public testimony.
Yeah, so we'd start with the applicant, and I believe they're on.
Anyone?
Yes, we're here, Carla.
Oh, there you are, Hardeep. I knew you were there. I just couldn't see it. There's enough reflection. I can't see your name. Yes.
So, anyone in favor of speaking in favor of this?
Hardeep, that's you.
Yes. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Hi, this is Hardeep with Unity Partners. Address 5004 West 32nd Avenue, Kennewick, Washington. We're subdividing this property into 5 different parcels to give us the flexibility to develop this property. As Carla mentioned, we had a plan for hotel and RV resort. Hotel is still in the play, but instead of the RV park, we're going a different route here and looking at what markets need or what the community needs here. We're subdividing this property, thinking about what businesses or retail want to come into the city.
Is there any questions? Is there anybody else would like to speak in favor?
Hey, I
If
got a
not-
question real quick. Did they have any plans or any idea what was going in there to begin with, or are they putting a business in, or are they just going to be buildings, or what? Or any development, or is it just going to be the parcels?
So your action tonight, Commissioner Connell, is just the subdivision. So there's no specific development proposal that has been submitted at this point in time. So again, this property was previously approved for the hotel, the RV resort, and the restaurant. That approval has expired. As Mr. Singh indicated, they do plan to move forward with that hotel proposal, but we've not seen an actual application yet for that hotel. And there's, again, staff have also been working with another potential development for this property, but no application has been submitted yet.
Okay, yeah, I got all of that other stuff. I was just wondering if there was anything concrete as far as what they were going to do there. But okay.
Yeah, again, without an application being submitted, I really can't speak to what planning staff are working with.
I'm wondering, so I'm not very good at visualizing things, but these lots, what kind of businesses are they appropriate size for?
So there's a number of things. Lots 1 and 2 are configured and with the access easements for fast food. So,
I thought so.
a fast food restaurant, and there's a litany of those.
Oh, yeah.
Anything from a Starbucks to, we've already approved a Burger King on a different lot in town. So, I mean, it's a long list there. Lot 5, the large one on the west side, that's the hotel parcel. I mean, it's where the hotel was originally identified, and it's the only one large enough for that. Now, lot 3, that one is oriented and is just below 1 and 2. That could also be a fast food. It could also be a small retail space. And then lot 4, the way it is currently configured, and again, the city purchased, so the 2 pieces of property under the BPA line on either side of Main Street, where the dog park is going in on the east side, and the road runs through on this side. The city acquired those from Gary and, oh gosh, his wife's name. I want to say Carol, and I'm not sure that's right. From Mr. and Mrs. Mon here a couple years ago now. Prior to Mr. Mon, prior to the transaction where we acquired the property from Mr. Mon, he had conversations with Hardeep's team about selling that property on the north side of the BPA lines to Mr. Singh. So the city will, now that the road project is done, the city will get we approved a subdivision on our property, 6, 8, 9 months ago, maybe longer. We can now sign that plat. We're also going to sign the plat for the property on the other side of Main Street as well. that will create the parcels, and then the city will go into the surplus process with some of those parcels that get created. We know we're going to keep some, and we're going to go into surplus on others. And again, Mr. Mon's intent was to sell the piece on this side to Mr. Singh in his development group. So I can't say that will be the outcome of the surplus process and what the council does, because it's not a me decision or a Brandon decision or a you decision, it's a city council decision. But those things will be coming, and if Mr. Singh is successful in that process, then he wants to combine both the piece he would acquire from us and lot 4, and that would allow for a larger type of development. But again, they don't own the property yet in its entirety, and we don't have a development proposal. So hopefully that
Yeah, I'm
there are probably 29 moving pieces up here.
Yeah, I understand.
So yeah.
Is there any other questions? Is there anybody else that would speak in favor?
I have a question. Is it okay for me to speak now?
Are you testifying in favor, in opposition, or just a neutral question?
Neutral question.
Let him get to that, and then yes.
Okay. Anybody wish to speak against this application? Nobody? Anyone have any neutral testimony?
There I am.
So please state your name and address for the record.
John Harper, 127 Northeast 3rd. Is there a truck stop incorporated into this zoning that's you're going to do tonight? Rezoning or all this?
No. So that particular zone where this proposal is used to have the allowance for a truck stop. I think we have changed the development code and removed that. That's my recollection. We did have 2 owners ago, we had a proposal for a truck stop. We never got to hearing because they couldn't get past the requirements to develop the road to get there. So
Now, is Mr. Singh going to put in some fast food places, or is he just the developer?
So he owns the property and he's subdividing it. He is working on a number of proposals, but
So he's going to put the property up for sale now.
well, I think that's best a conversation to have with Mr. Singh.
Why are you rezoning it then?
We're not rezoning it. We're dividing it. Yeah, we're just separating the property and creating parcels. So the zoning that is there is going to continue to apply. So it is zoned commercial with a as a tourist commercial sub-district. Yep.
So, and it's expired, that's the reason why you're redoing it, going through this whole process again?
No, the permit that has expired is the one he came in and applied for a hotel, a restaurant, and an RV resort. That permit has expired. Yep.
I was just kind of wondering why rezone, why have anything to do with it? Nobody's really interested in the property to begin with.
So we're not rezoning it, we're just simply dividing it. So there's no request to rezone it. Yeah, feel free to come by City Hall, we can talk about it.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay.
Is there anybody else who would like to speak? In neutral. Does the applicant wish to provide any rebuttal?
No, sir, I'm good.
Okay. Public testimony portion of this hearing is now closed. Does the staff need to respond to any questions or issues raised by the testimony? Does the Planning Commission have any questions of staff?
Just curious, what is this building that's over here in the corner of lot 5? When I was on the detour.
It's a house. It's been there for years.
Someone lived there?
I think it is still occupied.
Okay.
Obviously it will be removed at some point in time as part of the development of the property, but yep.
I'm just curious when I drove by.
I was interested to learn that there was a house back there too. It was
Yeah.
kind of hidden for a long time around trees and stuff. Yeah. Yep.
Any other discussions? Is there, so at this point, is there a motion to approve this action?
I'll motion to approve it.
As presented.
Yes.
Thank you.
I'll second it.
Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
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 Pardon, I'm sorry.
Do we need to take the vote?
As long as we don't have a nay, I don't think so.
Why don't we just cover ourselves?
Okay, we can do that.
On the,
Okay,
Go ahead, Stephanie.
We capture who seconded it.
Oh, it was Ragna.
Ragnar.
I did. This was Ragna.
All right. Commissioner Connell, how do you vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Tenai,
Yes.
Irons,
Yes.
Commissioner Taylor,
Aye.
and Commissioner Spencer.
aye.
Passes. I think you're back to the script in the front of the book.
Really? Is there a script?
The very front on the,
Okay.
in the inside, in that inside fold.
Oh, there we
There.
go.
Yes.
Public comment.
You skipped the discussion item, planning official update. And you want me to do the planning official update, Rod?
Oh, sorry.
That's okay.
It's a little screwy here. So discussion items.
So part of the packet was my planning official update. Really good news today. Our favorite appellant who appealed the TSP, the Parks Master Plan, and the EOA. Today was the deadline for the response or the initial brief on the EOA appeal. Even though it was the last one adopted, it's the first one into the kind of LUBA queue. And they withdrew their appeal today. So I was really looking forward to staying up late tonight and reading their brief, but I guess I don't have to now because the notice of intent to appeal is probably 129 words in total. So that's off the to-do list. That was good. The Boardman Development Code and Comprehensive Plan, I want you all to put on your calendar for May 19th. That afternoon, there will be a PAC meeting. We've invited some additional folks to that PAC meeting. We will be presenting a draft comprehensive plan map, draft zoning map, and I'm hoping draft comprehensive plan policies. So there will be a PAC meeting that afternoon, and then there will be an open house that evening. And the open house is going to be from 5 to 7. Both of those activities will take place at the Portamoro Riverfront Center. So we will get you something in the mail. That just means that week in May, you'll have the open house on Tuesday and then Planning Commission on Thursday. The housing capacity analysis is underway, and I have this note here that says that we need to replace Rod on that PAC. He has a New job, congratulations. And afternoon meetings are not available. He's not available for that. So I'm hoping there is another planning commissioner who has the time and would be able to attend the HCA PAC meetings. I think there's about 4 or 5 of them left between now and the end of the calendar year.
Carla, I can do that. During the day.
Yeah, they're during the day and you can join virtually.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, that's no problem.
Thank you, Ragna.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. And then I think the only other thing, we're busy. We've executed, well, on the Main Street IMP refinement, we did an RFQ. We had a response. We are in the process with that consultant to finish up to create the scope of work and the contract. I didn't get it open yet today, but this afternoon I did get what I'm hoping will be the final or near final version of that document. And I'm hoping we can execute it next week. If so, then we should be able to kick off the Main Street IAMP update by sometime in May. Looking very much forward to that. And I think the only other big thing I would share, well, Aureli's been busy with houses. I think on the housing front, River Ridge, the developer of River Ridge sold the last, I'm not sure how many, but probably 30 lots, plus or minus. They sold them to ProMade Homes. ProMade Homes is the builder that came in and finished the Tuscany subdivision. Now they're working to finish the current platted lots in River Ridge. And ProMade Homes is also the developer that's doing Chaparral. Chaparral pavement is going down now. So we should see a final plat with that fairly soon. And once that plat is signed, there will be 65 buildable lots there. The last part of River Ridge, the last 2 phases of River Ridge is currently being, there is another builder who's doing their due diligence to potentially buy the last of that development. So there may be some changes that come in front of this body relative to that original approval and the modification that this group approved here in the last 6 months. So on the housing front, I keep getting worried that we're going to run out of buildable lots, but they keep kind of coming in kind of the right pace to keep things moving on that front. We have received an application for a 240 unit multifamily development on Wilson. So that may be in front of you in May. Unless for some reason it gets pushed out, that is at least the one agenda item on your May 21 hearing night. Is there anything else that we've received that might be in May? Not aware of anything. Okay. And the last thing I will say is we've had a number of requests and one formally for us to consider adding accessory dwelling units to our development code. And so I'm just giving you guys fair notice that staff will begin doing the work to provide draft language. We'll do the post-acknowledgement plan amendment to the Department of Land Conservation and Development and move that into the hearings process. We're actually statutorily out of compliance because we do have a population of over 2,500 and accessory dwelling units are allowed statutorily. So there's not a lot of discretion in accessory dwelling units. The one question that you'll probably have 2 or 3 questions when we get to that particular public hearing relative to allow 1 or 2. But that's really about the extent of our discretion with accessory dwelling units. We can limit them to 1 or we can allow 2. But the rest of it, the size of the accessory dwelling units.
I think there's an option for size. It's either a percentage of the main dwelling or
right. An actual size. So there'll be a couple of things that we'll talk through and vet when it gets here in front of you all. But generally, we need to move forward with this because they are allowed based on statute in a community of our size. So that will be happening again. That may also get here in May, probably more likely June with everything that's been going on. And the last thing I will share is my official retirement date from the role of planning official is June 30th. And I think you should all welcome the new planning official who will start on July 1, Stephanie Case.
I am.
The other promotion that will also happen on July 1 is Aurelie Cambero will promote from planner 1 to planner 2. So I'll try not to cry because I'm really excited for her. So that's, I just think it's really good for the department. You guys are going to have a great team. I'm not leaving. July 1, I come back into the building as the planning specialist, but with fewer hours and a lot fewer duties. My focus will only be on the things that you see mostly in this planning thing. Stephanie will take over the very last end of it where it says planning reviews and approvals. That will be her responsibility. I will maintain responsibility for the strategic planning through its completion, which we're really targeting trying to wrap everything up by the end of the calendar year. There may be a few adoptions that slip a little bit and end up coming in January or something, but we're really targeting to accomplish all of this by the end of the year. So I know that was a lot. Happy to field any questions that you may have on any of that.
Any questions? Any public comment?
Now you get to read that last page about the public comment, the script 3. Sorry, Rod, I'm just going to keep you going here.
Jeez. What is going on? The public comment period is an essential part of the local government meeting, and our commission strongly takes community input into consideration. However, observance of Oregon open meeting laws, this isn't the time for dialogue, but rather a time for us to listen to you. Our planning official will direct staff to follow up with you regarding your comments or questions. Anyone may speak on any topic other than a matter of litigation, a quasi-judicial land use matter, or a matter scheduled for a public hearing at some future date. Each person has 3 minutes to speak. When your name is called, proceed to the podium and speak clearly into the microphone. Begin by stating your name, address, and then express your view or offer your suggestions in a courteous and considerate manner. Remember to direct all remarks and questions to the council through the mayor. It is not appropriate to address the audience or the staff directly.
We didn't have any comment cards that I saw over there. Did you have one? Okay.
I didn't really have a comment. I got another question.
Okay. State your name again, please.
John Harper at 127 Northeast 3rd still. When are they gonna start construction on the motel over there next to us that you guys zoned last month?
Oh, the approval for the hotel at the far end of Northeast Front, that one?
Yeah.
My understanding is it should be starting construction in May. They're in plan review they've gone through the planning side and they're in plan review on the building side. So they should be starting that shortly. Mhm.
Yeah. Oh,
I do have a couple books online. If anybody online wishes to say anything.
hurricane going in that.
If and when, right here in the corner of First and Main. Erica, did you have anything? Did you have any public comment?
No, I was just listening. Thank you.
Okay, great. Joseph, Hardeep already left you here all alone. Did you have anything to add for public comment? Going once, going twice? Okay.
Recommendation.
Yeah.
Does that still exist? Does this still happen?
I haven't heard of an Izzy's Pizza.
I haven't either. in a while.
We'll take that under advisement.
Can I get a second on that?
Ah,
Uh,
and now we're down to
Yeah.
commission comments, I think.
is there any commissioner comments?
I do.
Go ahead, Sam.
I'd like to congratulate Stephanie and Areli and Carla on all their position movements or retirements.
Thank you, Sam.
Thanks, Sam.
All of your work is appreciated.
As is yours, all of yours. Thank you very much.
Anybody else? Meeting is adjourned.